It's Mock Monday! Hello everybody and welcome back to Soulwork Studios and to the first episode of Mock Monday. This is a series where every Monday I have a new video coming out in the series where I'm building a mock. This might be one episode in a bigger mock like this week, or I might be building an entirely new mock in one episode. I'm going to be building a massive Star Wars clone base attack, throwing it back to like 2009 here. So I have a lot of sets from over the years, mainly from the 2010 decade these come from, but a few from earlier. So this is basically how this is going to go. Back here where all these ships are, I will be having the Separatists pushing the charge on the turbo tank's base, which will be back here. And then basically this whole outline of the gray base plate across to that. Another gray base plate, one of the bigger ones, that will be the base, and then CC-10 Starfighter will be flying overhead, and then same with General Grievous's and this droid. Now I wanted to put the Headhunter in, but if we put this above, it's huge, and just putting it like there, I mean, it dwarfs the size of any other vehicle, and it's like half the mock. So I don't think that's going to go in this mock just because of the size of it and the size of the actual mock, that it just wouldn't really work. So let's start with building the base. I'm going to pull off all of these sets and then we'll put them back in later. So here's how the base is looking right now. I have one wall completely done. This is going to be the height of it just due to current pieces. Whenever I try to build a bigger mock, because I like to do them kind of frequently, I don't really want to spend a ton of money on parts just because I don't really have the money to buy, tons of parts for every mock. So I've had to make some compromises with putting some white plates in here. And I've done this on either side, so it's going to look a little nicer. And, that's about going to be the height of it. Now, I have some other sets here. Some of these I won't be putting in, like this battle pack. I just had to get it built. But a lot of these will be going in. And so we can see if we place a set and what that might look like. So this is probably going to be charging out of this big door, which I'm going to have in the front. Though I am running out of pieces right now at the current moment to finish this edge of the building. So what I'm going to do is grab some more parts and see what that might be looking like to finish that edge. Otherwise, I might try to do it where it's like half and half, so the bricks are matched on the same side where they cut off. Just have to see how it looks. And there is the base all completed. All the walls and the main structure are up. Now, unlike some of my smaller mocks I've been doing, this one's not really going to be able to get fully detailed and have all those really small, nice details, just because I don't, again, own the pieces to do that. I'm just kind of making a big mock because I feel like having a big clone battle, not something really detailed and nice and beautiful to look at, which is what I have been doing. I just want something big and grand. For the most part, I have completed the interior of the clone base. So here's where we'll be having the droid tanker, the clone turbo tank driving out of the base. I need to fill in those areas right here with some smaller studded areas, but this is going to be the inside where it transitions. There's this gap down there. I'm going to put a wall and transition to probably more of a barracks type room, and then this will have like an armory down there, and the inside might have just like a speeder parked or something. I'm not really quite sure. So I think this is going to look really good. Now, this isn't actually going to be in its position. I'm going to turn it so it's going along that wall. So let's finish the interior to roof the building, and then time to move on to the exterior. So a lot to do today. So let's finish this interior area. Looks great. I have the barracks completely done with that nice wall, and I am a pretty big fan of that. Time to do the interior for that. Here's the barracks now completely finished. You can look down. There is 4 beds inside of it, and there's the roof. So now time to work down here on the armory. So all the guns are in place there, as you can see, a bunch of them along that wall, more in either chest. And the reason I'm not detailing this super hard is because this is going directly against that wall, so you're not even going to be able to see any of this detail on display here. And so I'm just not going to spend a ton of time, tons of parts doing that. I want to spend more time doing the battle where you will actually be able to see. As you can tell, there is quite a bit of space needing to be filled on that roof. Now, I don't have the plates to actually finish roofing this area. So my current plan is to problem solve and build this so it's like a big fire has shot down this chunk of the roof. So we'll probably build it so like maybe the Grievous Starfighter has shot down this chunk. So we'll build a bit more of the roof, and then I'm going to build like jagged edges around some of it, and then what that's going to be is adding some fire in. That's going to do it for week 1, everybody. I really like how this fire and destruction really just came out and looks really, really great in my personal opinion. I think that that's a really good just inclusion. Now, there's one part that worries me, and that's this back area. You can see it's sloping down, and if you come to that angle, it has a very small slope in. So I'm really hoping that does not cave in on itself, because I had to actually go ahead and not build a back wall to this area, just so if you wanted to, you can look in on the back. I did have to make it so there is no support pillar back there. So I'm really hoping that that just can stay up there and hold that little bit of weight and that bow does not break. So we'll have to see. But next week, we're definitely going to start tackling this main area. I'm going to have a lot of spaceships flying around, and I think this is just going to look really, really good. So see you next week. Bye.